The moment the king heard Daniel's name, the entire palace fell silent. They thought reporting Daniel would end the story, but instead, it started something far bigger. Because once the king heard his name, everything changed. The atmosphere inside the palace shifted immediately. Conversation stopped. Eyes turned. Fear spread quietly through the royal halls. Because everyone understood one thing. When King Nebuchadnezzar reacted, people listened. And this time, his attention was fixed on Daniel. If you love powerful Bible stories like this, subscribe now, because what happens next changes everything. The king rose slowly from his throne, not confused, not uncertain, angry, disturbed, and deeply
You
curious.
dare bring me this report!
Bring him to me. The command echoed through the palace. No one questioned it. No one delayed. The servants moved quickly. The guards followed immediately. And somewhere in the middle of it all, Daniel still didn't know what was waiting for him. The palace corridor suddenly felt different. Heavier. Like something dangerous had entered the room. Whispers spread from corner to corner. Did the king really hear about him? What will happen now? No one refuses Babylon without consequences. Fear has a strange way of spreading. Quietly, quickly. And now, everyone was watching. Daniel walked calmly through the halls.
The writing is upon the wall!
But because peace does not always mean the absence of danger, sometimes peace comes from knowing who you trust. And Daniel trusted God, even now, even here, even with the palace watching him. The massive throne room doors opened slowly, and for a moment, silence swallowed everything. The king sat forward, his eyes fixed on Daniel, the same young man everyone had been talking about, the same young man who refused to follow the system, the same young man now standing before the most powerful ruler in Babylon. Are you Daniel?
Are you Daniel?
The room froze.
Yes.
Yes, my king. Simple words, but the tension behind them was enormous. The king studied him carefully, not just his face, his composure. Most men trembled before Nebuchadnezzar, but Daniel stood differently, calm, respectful, steady, and that unsettled the king even more. How is it that you are not afraid? The
How is
question
it
lingered in the
that you
room.
are not afraid?
Daniel lifted his eyes carefully. Because my trust is not in men, but in God. Silence, deep silence. Some looked shocked, others looked terrified. No one spoke that way before the king. No one. The king leaned back slowly. Not with anger now, but with interest. This was no ordinary servant. There was something different about him. Something difficult to explain. And the king could feel it. Tell me the truth. Why did you refuse? The question finally arrived. The question everyone feared. Daniel inhaled slowly, not rushing, not panicking. Then he answered, I could not dishonor my God. The room shifted again. Even the guards looked uncertain now, because conviction like this was rare. For a long moment, the king said nothing. He simply stared, trying to understand the young man standing before him. Most people obeyed out of fear, but Daniel obeyed something higher, and somehow that made him stronger than everyone else in the room. The whisper started again, quiet, nervous. What will the king do? Will he punish him? Will he make an example out of him? But the king was thinking, watching, measuring, because deep inside, he recognized something powerful. Then suddenly, the king stood again. This time the palace froze completely.
Young man,
your
your courage
courage
is unusual.
But courage alone does not protect anyone in Babylon. The warning was clear, heavy, dangerous, and everyone heard it. But Daniel did not move. He did not break. He did not look away. Because faith is strongest when pressure is highest. If you're still watching, subscribe now, because Daniel's greatest test is still coming. The king descended from his throne slowly, step by step, until he stood directly in front of Daniel. The entire room watched silently. Then the king spoke again. You interest me.
If your God
But if
truly
your God
gives
truly gives
wisdom,
then prove
prove it.
The challenge hit the room like thunder. No one breathed, no one moved. Because now, everything had changed. Daniel was no longer being watched. He was being tested. And this test would become the moment that changed Babylon forever, to be continued.